Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, today we are talking about why you should love yourself and how to do that. The how is going to be brief, but the why is really the most important part because some of us haven't fully internalized all of the whys. We know we're supposed to. Like we hear this all the time from big thinkers. We hear a lot of people saying this is the first step in changing your life, but sometimes we don't actually get to the why, and it's really important. So one of the biggest reasons that I believe you should love yourself is because all of the reasons not to are either false or completely irrelevant. One of the most common reasons that a lot of us will give as to why it's so hard to love ourselves or why we can't is that we're not worthy, or and that can manifest in a lot of different ways. We can say it in a lot of ways. Like, I'm not worthy of love because I'm a screw up. I'm not worthy of love because I do everything wrong. I'm not worthy of love because I am mean and selfish. I'm a sinner. No, I'm not worthy of love. I'm not valuable. I'm worth less. And therefore, there's no reason to love me. And I would consider that an irrelevant statement. It doesn't really matter. Now, I can make a strong case for the fact that you are worthy and you are valuable. But even if you are not, love is not about value and worth. Love is about the capacity of the lover to love. So I love you not because you are worthy, but because I have the capacity to love you. I see you and I love you. And it's not about how good you are. Okay? So when we're giving that to ourselves, again, we don't have to be worthy in order to love ourselves. We don't have to be good enough. It's not about that. It's irrelevant. Love is not a value exchange. Okay? So that statement, if you're saying it to yourself, just notice, you don't have to fight yourself, but just notice that you are believing a lie, that you need, underneath that I'm not worthy of love is the belief that you have to be worthy to get it. It's not how it works at all. Okay? So just notice that that's an untruth that you have been believing. Another couple of reasons not to love ourselves. One big one is that we believe if we love ourselves, we will not be able to achieve our goals because we'll just sit on the couch and eat Pringles. That is false. Loving yourself is actually one of the best ways to achieve your goals. But notice, sitting on the couch and eating Pringles when you have, a schedule full of things that you said you would do, that's not love. That is indulgence. It's very, very different. Indulgence is not love. It is a form of self-hatred. It is running from our emotions. Which we do not have to run from it. They are not going to kill us. They feel like it, but they're not. So in the same way that if you love a child, you will not give them candy for every meal. Loving yourself means not allowing yourself to do whatever you feel like in the moment. Because in the moment, we feel always like avoiding pain, avoiding effort, and seeking the quickest form of pleasure that we can. And that's not love, that's indulgence. So notice again, if you've been believing this, that there's another underlying misunderstanding that you've got going on in your brain. I can't is a reason. I just can't love myself. And that is an unexplored avenue. With my coaches, we explore a lot of these where the thought stops. There's so much more beyond that. The why can't you, what are the reasons? And a lot of them will come back to the first two or to this little gem of a statement, I don't know how. I don't know how to love myself, so And that's irrelevant. Not knowing how is how we started doing everything we've ever done. We didn't know how, we learned. Now we know how, right? So you do the same thing with loving yourself. Another a reason why you should love yourself is that it is the fastest way to achieve your goals. Fastest and best, most enjoyable way to achieve your goals. And it beats self-hatred by just miles. Self-hatred is how a lot of us try to motivate ourselves. Like, look at me, I cannot be an adult. Like, I failed at everything. I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to punish myself. This is how I operated for so long. And I still see it popping up in my life. And that is actually unsustainable. So what we see in our lives is success for a while. And then in order to keep having that success, we have to keep generating more and more self-hatred, more and more punishment, and eventually we just can't keep it up. And we revert back to avoidance of our feelings, avoidance of effort, because we've been putting so much in and feeling so bad this whole time. Or like a rebellion. A lot of us end up rebelling against ourselves and moving over into indulgence. So self-hatred doesn't work. Self-love actually does. It meets us where we are. It sees our pain. It identifies with that. And it allows us to move forward in a sustainable way. Okay. If this sounds too airy-fairy, I will be doing more videos on this. But basically, self-love, self-compassion, fastest way to achieving your goals. And then the final reason that I have of why you should love yourself, why to love yourself, it is also, in my opinion, the quickest way to love others and feel compassion for others in the truest and most genuine way. So if you are one of these, I have a lot of clients, and this is something that I struggle with. If you're one of those people that says like, I have all of these people that I love and I'm not treating them the way I want. Part of the reason for that is because we treat other people the way we treat ourselves. So if you've been avoiding your emotions, you likely blockade yourself from other people. If you have been punishing yourself to try to get to some level of perfection, some level of worth, you probably have been judging other people when they fall short. Notice that. If you stop doing it to yourself, or let's not make stopping the goal, but improve that. Make the process the goal. The way that you treat other people will also improve. It is the way that you start to be able to let others be themselves, by letting yourself be yourself and loving that and still making changes moving forward. It's all possible, and it's all in the necessary circle. That didn't quite make sense, but I think you got me. So how do we do this? I believe that in the process of loving yourself, the easiest way to start is by having self-compassion. So not necessarily love, but definitely identifying with the pain and wanting to help. And I've actually just posted a little article on my feed about how to work on increasing your self-compassion. The really important points in that article that I may not have highlighted enough are that you need a scheduled time to think and practice these techniques. If you do not do that, you won't be able to override the habits that your brain has made automatic. And the habits are currently self-hatred, a lot of not self-love, and a lot of avoidance, and a lot of restriction and punishment. It's going to be different for each individual, but whatever your habits are, you will continue them. You'll continue to create the life that you currently have. You won't create a life full of self-love unless you give yourself scheduled time to think and work on feeling these emotions. And you can feel them, notice it, and increase the capacity to do that. So check out that article. If you can't find it for some reason, the captions, then please message me and I'll be happy to send you what I have on that. If you have trouble with any of this, or if you are unable to schedule and follow through on a task, please reach out to me about coaching. This is one of the biggest things that I do for my clients, and one of the things that has improved my life so much. Long video I got going on here. Thank you for watching. Please comment if you have questions or if this helped you. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.